Hi, Forza. Mate, you're eligible to race in Formula 1. How'd you like to be Ferrari's reserve driver? Yeah. No, it is a surprise, isn't it, given you were last in Formula 2. But, mate, I need an Italian. Alright, we'll see you at the factory. Alright, mate. Now, where's Mini? He should have been here, but... Oh, there you are. Mate, go and race in Formula 2 or something, mate, will you? Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Ferrari. We play through the off-season today. We will see who changes seats, and we're going to try and build a car that is not a tank to start next season. This season just gone was terrible, wasn't it, at the start? We've got to be better this season. Now, the one thing that has happened is Gabriele Mini, his contract is up. As far as I know, there is no way to release him automatically, so he can go and definitely get a seat somewhere else. But Forza is coming in next year. He is Italian. He is eligible to race in Formula 1, though he won't be doing that. And that is because he has spent his 2 years in F2 and F3. With Mini, what I did is I used an editor to bring him in. So he is not actually eligible to race. So hopefully he'll go and do that, and then we'll get him back when he's there. But he does have a high development rate. His performance, I mean, reactions aren't great. Smoothness isn't great. Accuracy, I mean, he's very much not the finished product. But we'll just see, won't we? We'll see what we get, and we'll develop him. And if he ends up being good enough, then he can come in and replace Mick, who is not Italian. And if he doesn't, then he doesn't. And that's just how that is. So, yeah, let's get the show on the road. We've got 26 million in the bank right now, almost 27 million. We're going to have money to spend, obviously. We'll upgrade facilities, but we've got to get to the end of season first to make sure that we do actually survive the board meeting, which we should do. Alright, so pit crew training. They are in the gym all December. They'll be in the gym all January as well. We're going to get this pit stop time down if it kills us. And it just might. It might kill them from exhaustion. But it's no rest for the wicked. We are going to be good and better in the pit stops this season. So, yeah, be glad you're not a Ferrari mechanic over Christmas. This is some good news. Mick's driver rating has improved to 83, which now puts him above Giovinazzi, I think. Because Giovinazzi's only 82, though he is obviously older as well, so he's not going to develop as much. Alright, well, this is embarrassing, isn't it? 10th with 2 points in the DHL fastest pit stop. The morale of... Yeah, well, it should be low, Lauren, because you've been a bit of a disgrace. Medium confidence with the board. That is on the pit stop. They shouldn't have medium confidence in the pit stops. I don't have medium confidence in the pit stops. So, car 1, Giovinazzi 8th on 182 points. Mick was 6th with 231. That put us 4th in the driver and in the constructors, sorry, with 413. And the team rating, we've dropped the team rating, which is probably not ideal. And so the team, we finished 4th, so we critically failed that. Long-term objective, obviously, we want to be at least 2nd, don't we? So team principal rating is, well, I've really crashed there. 300, that seems harsh. So everything else has gone down a little bit, and the medium confidence. So the board, we should be fine then, right? If it's medium confidence. Yeah, so we are there. Wind tunnel concerns. So we'll have to do that, which is a little bit of a frustration. Regulation changes for the new season. So things are changing. We've done a fair bit of research into next season's car. We go and have a look into... There's a way I can show you this, I think. Maybe I can't if we've ticked over from one season to the next, but we've pretty much done at least one research project on every aspect of the car, so let's hope that that benefits us. And new season time, which is always exciting, and here we go. So that's where we were last year, so we want to be second. I want to be second this year, so we'll accept the new target. And yeah, we're Ferrari manager again. So welcome to the new season. Season obligation. Is this a sponsorship thing? This is one of those things where I feel like I probably should pay bigger attention to it. What's merchandise units do? Oh, I see. So there's a pre-season cost, but it increases the income per race. Sure. Factory event. Yeah, we'll just leave that. Yeah, it's one of these things. I'm sure that there is probably, I should be paying more attention to it, but it's one of those things that it's just boring and I can't be bothered with it. So, lump sum payment. This is sponsorship value, and then, okay, so that's good. Now, we know that the engine we don't have a choice on because we have to use the Ferrari engine, obviously. And yeah, so that's all good. Our entry fee is taken out, so that's the money right now is 28.5 million. Okay. So these are all the changes. We just saw that, so that's fine. Financial. Is the season prize money changing? No, that is staying the same. Sporting regs, that is still all the same, it looks like. And so powertrain manufacturers, we have to go with Ferrari. So that is just kind of what it is. It's a shame there's not a way to... And if anybody knows if they do change, I've never actually noticed. It's so long between seasons that I would forget anyway, but it looks like they more or less stay the same season on season, which is maybe a slightly disappointing. So that is 23 million out of that, but I think the sponsorship more or less covers it, doesn't it? And we've got a quick glimpse of the new car there, it looks like. So let's have a look here. Internal car report. So this is from last season to this season, so we're slightly faster. Acceleration has dropped off a little bit. Now, our DRS effectiveness has actually increased fairly significantly. That's what, 6%? Almost 7%? That's quite a lot, I would have thought, in Formula 1 terms. We've lost a little bit on everything there. Dirty air tolerance is down a little bit. Brake cooling and engine cooling have taken a bit of a whack. So we'll need to try and fix that. Pit crew performance... I don't even want... I can't even deal with the pit crew right now. I'm in a good mood. So the allocation for R&D, so that is that. We'll get onto that very quickly here. And rules and regulation changes. I think we've already seen that, haven't we? So that is all good. So here's a question for the class. So January pit crew training or gym again to try and improve the time, but it's not actually changing it. Now I know that through the off season the times naturally slow down because of match sharpness essentially, but I don't know if we're actually going to see a benefit of this down the line. If it's it's actually improving, you know, it's slowing down less, but it doesn't really doesn't appear anyway to have affected anything there. So I'll confirm it, but if somebody knows, have we just wasted time here in January sending them to the gym every day? Alright, this is the big day. We have the driver team updates, the rosters. So let's have a look at what we've got here. Oh, and look at this already. Big changes. So Red Bull is Verstappen and George Russell. Mercedes is Perez and Sainz. So it's all change at Mercedes. Aston Martin is Stroll and K-Mag. So Alonso is out. I wonder if Alonso has retired. Ferrari, obviously, we know what we have. Alpine, Ocon, Gasly, Lawson is the same, more or less. McLaren, Albon, Norris, and Hauger. So that is Piastri having left. Now, Piastri in this doesn't have the greatest ratings. So Teo Porcher has got a start at AlphaTauri. Tsunoda and Ricciardo are in at Williams. That's not a bad lineup for Williams there, is it? And so that's all changed at AlphaTauri as well. No, it was Leclerc and Sainz last year, wasn't it? So Haas is Zane Maloney and Nick de Vries, and Alfa Romeo is unchanged. So there's quite a few rookies on the grid this year, which is good because you never really saw that in last version's game. So Hamilton's gone. Alonso is gone. Who else is gone? Hulk's gone. Who else is left? Oh, Piastri's gone, which is harsh on him, but like I say, he's not rated properly in this game. That was Alonso's seat. Perez has gone there, and Russell's there. So Perez and Russell have basically switched seats. Wow, that's a lot of changes, isn't it? And if you're wondering, Gabriele Mini did get himself an F2 seat, so he'll do very well in that championship, I would have thought. He's quite a good driver, so that's good that he's got himself somewhere. Now, we do have a bit of a minor setback with the research for the design and development of this year's car, in that we've got a temporary shutdown. So the factory is not available to us. So, yeah, it's a good start to that, isn't it? Now, we do have a few parts of the factory here that is in need of upgrading or refurbishment. So we'll upgrade CFD simulator. That is fine. Rather than spend the money to refurbish it, we might as well upgrade. The test center, though, we will probably just need to refurbish that so we have money set aside to be able to actually develop the car. So, yeah, wind tunnel is currently down, and hopefully it will be back up sooner rather than later, because we know that we need to be improving the car significantly before we get things underway here, and we can refurbish the two things here that need a little bit of work done. 15 grand, it's barely worth it at all. All right. On we go. So some good news for Fornaroli, already improving. So yeah, good work, Leo. Alright, wind tunnel is open again, which means we can start work on the car. So, extra weight. If there's one thing we learned from last season, it's that we need to get the weight off the car. So we'll do that. We'll start with a chassis, which I'm imagining is going to be quite heavy. Let's go with that, and that's going to be 23 to do it evenly 3 times. So that is that. We will take the weight off of the car. And that takes 5 kilos out. So that is a pretty good start, I would have thought. We'll do 4, 4, and 3. 3, 3. No, be 4, 3, and 3, wouldn't it? So that's fine. And then, what else has weight in it? Let's go underfloor, which I always think is so important for these cars. So we'll do that. And 23. I'm not sure how much weight this will take out necessarily. Let's have a look here. 4 kilos, so it's not insignificant. And yeah, we saw that the cooling was a bit of a problem, wasn't it? So we probably want to do side pods, which is definitely going to be engine cooling, sorry. I don't know. It's probably not brake cooling. It's going to be suspension and front wing, isn't it? But we should hopefully have enough time to do a few different things before the season. Yeah, that's 5 kilos out of the car as well. So that's all going to help. So I only put one engineer on the underfloor. That was silly, wasn't it? Alright, so we have had the pre-season test. We got the results, obviously. And, well, we are 12th in the speed trap, 3rd in acceleration, which is good. Cornering, high speed, we are lacking. Engine, brake cooling, it's actually not that bad compared to everybody else. Engine cooling is not great. That is definitely what we'll need to work on, I think, isn't it? High speed, engine cooling, DRS effectiveness perhaps as well. Dirty air performance, though, is not too bad. 7th, so that's, what's that, going to be the 3rd or 4th best car? Be 4th best, wouldn't it? So, yeah, that's a little bit promising. And we should, this is with the sort of the standard car, we're going to have some new parts for the race. We've got our chassis, which is one of them's ready, so that's going to improve things. We've got only a day away, so yeah, let's go to that day and let's see what do we have that we can put on the cars. Now, is Gio still our #1 driver, or are we switching our allegiances to Mick on that front? I wonder. Gio's the Italian, so I do think, given that the goal was to try and win with an Italian, we probably need to give him the better car. So we'll do that. And do we have, what was the other thing? We did side pods, wasn't it? So the side pods can go onto Gio's car as well. And that should move him further up on that, from what it said. Oh, actually, we can see here, can't we? It moves him up quite significantly a little in quite a few categories there. So that is, it's more promising than it was last season, let's be honest. It couldn't have been any worse. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this season very, very much. The grid is all change, isn't it? It's going to be very, very difficult to get to know everybody in their new cars, but I'm excited for this season. Let me know how you think we'll get on. I like to think this season we're pushing for 2nd. We had a shocking start to the year last year, and we still managed to get to 4th. I think we weren't that far away from Aston Martin in 3rd. I think this season the goal has got to be, Red Bull's probably out of reach. We've got to be beating Mercedes and Aston Martin, don't we? So that's what we'll be trying to do. If you're wondering as well, Alonso and Mick, they did, Alonso and Hamilton didn't retire, but you can see Hamilton is degrading 89 and Alonso is 83. So I think in this game there was age did sort of take away the ability a little bit. So I suspect, I mean, Alonso, fair enough, at 83, you would probably get rid of him. Mercedes, well, they've probably got better drivers in, don't they, in Perez and maybe Sainz. There's not that much difference between them. But anyway, Red Bull, with the 2 best rated drivers, yeah, they're going to be very tough to beat, aren't they? But anyway, I'll see you next race, or next time, I should say, for the race in Bahrain. Take care.